Back away from my wife.
Shrek?
So a couple of weeks ago, I went to my local charity shop that sell VHS tapes. I looked for a huge bin full of them, and I came out with 15 new tapes. And I thought, hey, I do buy these a lot. I should probably do something with them. I thought for a long time about it, and I did consider making a castle out of them, but I didn't really own enough to do that. Maybe next time. But then the idea came to me that, well, you know, I like these films so much, why don't I review them? I can review every single tape that I own. I mean, I own 60, maybe 70 of these. Probably more, and now I'm only going to get more, so I decided, well, I'll just review the last film that I watched on VHS. You can't start anywhere perfect, I'll start here.
Better out than in, I always say, eh, Fiona? That's good. I guess not.
So firstly, I want to talk about the trailers that appeared before this film. There's pretty standard 2004 trailers, you know. You got Cat in the Hat, which traumatized me as a kid. Thunderbirds, which didn't traumatize me as a kid. A series of misfortunate events, which I haven't watched, so I didn't get the chance to traumatize me as a kid. But the best trailer here was the Madagascar trailer. I mean, it was a pretty unique trailer of itself, you know. You've got Ben Stiller.
Hey, how's it going?
Telling you about the movie and the cast, you know, not of a typical trailer. You got him telling you, like, in an interview, everything that was going to happen. But, you know, there was one joke in the trailer which I did think it aged like a 400-year bottle of wine.
Marty, the zebra, played by Chris Rock.
I don't know. This place is crack-a-lackin'.
And then there's Gloria. Playing this big, fat, gorgeous hippo is the small, thin, gorgeous Jada Pinkett Smith. You don't mess with Gloria.
Don't make me come up there. I get the whooping on both of y'all.
I can't think anyone who's not going to get that.
Yeah, exactly how it looked. That's how it is.
And about the film itself, I mean, there's no unique opinion here you're going to find on Shrek 2. I mean, really. Try to tell me you know someone who doesn't like this movie. It's great. Probably the best Shrek film. Every scene just seems to be funny or seems to be emotional. The pacing is fantastic. The character work's really good. Most people talk about how great of a sequel this is. Well, yeah, it's so good that it casts a complete shadow over Shrek 1. That's a great film, but I feel like this really is just a massive step up. There's nothing wrong with that. This film is talked about so much as being a great sequel, and I think that's just because no one at the time was expecting something like this from a Shrek film. I think they were expecting something similar to the first one, and they got something even better with this. I think it works really well as a sequel, I guess, because of how they develop the story compared to the first one. The world building's great. Far Far Away is used in pretty much every other Shrek movie. I think it is, besides the Puss in Boot ones. And so this film kind of works as the trendsetter. The movie did introduce Puss in Boots, which is probably the second most important character since he's got 2 movies under his belt now. And he's great in this film. Not sure why he's so quick to surrender to Shrek and Donkey when they have that little fight, but, you know, I can kind of ignore that. I doubt he wanted to kill him anyway. I mean, I don't think he's killed anyone on screen.
It was nothing personal, senor.
So while the first movie focused on Shrek's journey to love himself through finding someone else who loves him, and Fiona went through the same thing, this film focuses on the problems of what love can cause after you've been in that relationship. Like, well, you may love me, but what about everyone else in your life? And I can feel like no matter what you do, you have become the problem without even attempting to create it. I love how you can see Shrek dealing with this internal conflict throughout the film. The dude literally changes his entire biology just to put a smile on his wife's face. I mean, you kind of gotta respect that.
Don't you think you've already messed her life up enough?
I just wanted her to be happy.
And now
If I'm gonna nitpick anything about the film, I think I'm gonna have to point fingers at Donkey. He is the only character that was better in the first movie, in my opinion, because his inclusion is great in this one, but he just feels like 100% comic relief, and I think it's probably 1 or 2 moments where, like, if he hadn't said some things, it might have helped.
That's real smooth, Shrek. I'm an ogre! Arr!
And I think in the first movie, he got these really nice moments where he was the only person that really liked Shrek.
When we met, I didn't think he was just a big, stupid, ugly ogre.
Yeah, I know.
You don't get those moments in this one where he's doing that. He's the very one-note relationship, unfortunately. So I wish they could have done that further. They don't really do that till, what, the 4th one? I think one of my favourite aspects about the film is how this movie is still shitting on Disney the whole time, though. This time it's a bit more subtle. Examples like the fairy godmother, you know, she's the only character to sing a song in a film full of licensed music and still gets cut off the characters that would sing during the first movie. I adore the line,
I told you, ogres don't live happily ever after!
"You cannot convince me otherwise that that line was not written as a middle finger to Disney, with DreamWorks showing how shallow they really are." And the soundtrack is full of bangers, one after the other. The songs are actually chosen with purpose and aren't just like pop songs thrown into the film, such as like, what can I think of other recent releases? The Super Mario Bros. Movie. My version seems to be a bit different. One thing I did notice in mine was some of the voice acting had changed. My version must be the UK release, because in the weird version of mine, they swapped the ugly sister from Larry King.
He's gorgeous. He has a face that looks like it was carved by angels.
Oh, he sounds dreamy.
To Jonathan Ross.
Are you kidding? He's gorgeous. He has a face that looks like it was carved by angels.
And also swapped the red carpet reporter from Joan Rivers to Kate Fortin.
Who's this? Who's this? Who is this?
Oh, it's the one, it's the only, it's the fairy godmother. Hello!
According to a Screen Rant article, I know I'm amazing at my research, it was because its producers wanted to maximise the effect of its cameos. Viewers in the UK wouldn't be as familiar with Larry King or Joan Rivers as those in the US, where the pair's popularity was much more certain. And yeah, you know, that does make all sense, but both characters have, what, 20 to 30 seconds of dialogue each, and you're telling me that Mom and Dad are going to pick up Shrek 2 for me just because Jonathan Ross and Kate Fortin have a minute of screen time? How do you see that happening? Maybe it worked. I'm not going to bother to look up the figures on this one. The other thing is that I actually know who Larry King is. But, you know, I'm from an internet generation. YouTube didn't exist in 2004. Can't picture the whole family gathered around the family computer to watch a Larry King interview.
All right, give me a luxury. What luxury should I have?
Private plane.
Larry, I'm on DuckTales.
But I also have no clue who Joan Rivers or Kate Fortin are. So what do I know? What's hilarious is that they still credited Larry King and Joan Rivers in the credits. Also, the last thing that they changed was the headbutt to the head at the end of the film from Fiona to Prince Charming. It was deemed too violent, so it was swapped for a karate chop. I mean, sure, but I don't know what's worse, kids trying to headbutt one another or karate chop each other in the neck. I mean, you decide in the comments, go for it. Now, before we finish, I do have to give credit to the credits of the film. As I do think the oh no, wait, no, what is this? Oh no, no,
The competition hasn't even started yet.
Welcome to Far, Far Away Idol.
I'm so happy I'm watching this. Man, you enjoying this? Brothers and sisters, are we all sitting around the telly enjoying this? Is this fun? Is this fun? I don't know. I don't know.
Yes, you too, donkey.
Now, I swear on the DVD release, you could just vote on the DVD and then someone would win, but on the VHS, obviously you cannot do that. So, there is a URL. Unfortunately, using the URL just redirects you to the Shrek page on the DreamWorks website, so at least the link still works to an extent. I don't know what the old one looked like. If there is one, there's a photo here, if I managed to find an edit, but no, nothing. Okay, well, I'm glad that's over. The credits are really nice, actually. Little small tapestry drawings of all the job roles. I really like that. It's just nice to look at. I saw this in cinemas a couple of years ago, and it was nice to see them on the big screen and get a good look at them, you know? Anyway, this is my first video. I haven't decided what film to do next, but I will try and upload a couple of times a month. And if you enjoyed the video, please subscribe. Yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in a couple of weeks, hopefully.